The Tennessee River is busting its banks tonight. The story of a flooded town is next on the scene at 10. Dan McDaniel tells us how much longer the rain might last. The president says the troops are ready for the worst. A Nashville man will go to court to keep his famous name. And what pipes, cigars, and cigarettes can tell us about history. The news is next.
Dark Shadows is coming to NBC.
Hits of the 90s. All the top hits of the 90s.
The scene at 10 with Demetria Kalodimos, Jeff McAtee, Bill Hall, and Rudy Kalis.
Good evening. It's one of the worst floods they've seen in 20 years.
And the forecast isn't encouraging for residents in a town along the Tennessee River tonight. In Wayne County, all but one of the roads leading to Clifton are closed, and 10 families have been evacuated from their homes. Vanessa Eccles reports.
There is now one main road in and out of Clifton, Tennessee. The 3 other highways that can bring you here are underwater. Roads suddenly turn into temporary lakes.
The backyard, how does it look?
It looks like a lake to me now. If I had a fishing pole, I could fish out there.
This is Duggar's backyard. He says it was worse during the big flood of 1973 and not this bad in '84. This time, it started over the weekend.
The river was real low. You know, you could get down and walk way out on the sandbar. And then Friday, it started, I noticed it started rising fast, and then Saturday, they had to close the ferry. And then Sunday morning, it was over the road out there on that side.
10 families in Duggar's neighborhood are gone. Their homes are underwater. Heavy rain upstream also brought the Tennessee River up to its banks here in Clifton.
I live down here on the river and I just watch it come up and up.
But the people used to watching the river say this time it caught them off guard.
It went from normal to flood stage in overnight, you might say. Normally it takes a week for us to see an effect of a lot of rain.
Willoughby says city officials have talked about a construction plan to raise some of the roads to try and keep them open when it floods. But right now, the city doesn't have the money for the project. Like the people coping with flooding in Middle Tennessee and southern Kentucky, Clifton residents say they're hoping for a few drier days to dry out. But the prospect of more rain means these homes and highways may not be back to normal for several more days. Vanessa Eccles, Channel 4 News, Wayne County.
The cost of floods across the state already is reaching the $2 million mark. And the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency says that figure does not include businesses or roads. 95 homes were evacuated.